Yo, so a lot of people have asked me about making a settings video because I assume the main reason is the outlines that might look a bit weird if you've seen me play. I've seen some of my games, and so yeah, I'll just go through from the video settings first, and I'll go through some the other stuff after as well. So yeah, from one end here, well, I normally play full screen. I'm just in Borderless windowed now, but yeah, other than that, the most interesting thing is, and we have to start with graphics quality for that, is this. I don't play on default here, I play on NVIDIA DLSS. So you need to have a 20 series or higher NVIDIA GPU, I think, for this to work. You don't need this to have big outlines, but I think that's where you get the biggest, while the game still looks good. So yeah, if you want big outlines, you can have any of this and just kind of low quality, but I think this gives the best looking game with the biggest outlines, even though a lot of people also say they look blurry, which they kind of do, especially at range, but that's kind of the deal with that, right? Other than that, graphics quality, the only thing I change here is, well, I have the low, basically I have the low preset, and then I just change shadow detail to low instead of off, and then I change damage effect to low instead of default. Don't know that makes a big difference for me. I'm not sure if this makes it so you can see some shadows that you wouldn't be able to if it's off. Someone can correct me if it doesn't do anything. But yeah, otherwise in video settings, then for the outlines you put this on ultra performance, and that's what will give you the biggest outlines. And so yeah, frame rate set to automatic now. I guess I don't know if that leaves it uncapped or what, but otherwise I don't cap it. I would say if you have a 240 hertz monitor, I would cap it higher. I'm not sure that it matters, but I think that matters. So it's like not very scientific evidence that I'm presenting here, but you can look into it yourself if you want to, if you're like a nerd about that. But I think there's reasons to have higher frame rate than your monitor allows. Yeah, otherwise, I don't have much to say about this. As far as I know, VSync, you have to be capping it at or lower than your monitor or something. And triple buffering, not sure. Always had it off. Reduce buffering, always had it on. Not again, don't have a really good explanation. NVIDIA Reflex, I guess actually I should have this enabled plus boost for, as far as I remember, it's something about, again, if you have a newer NVIDIA GPU, you should have boost. If not, you should have enabled, but you can look into that for your own GPU. This, I think, I do change it a little bit, but you can copy these if you want. They're very close to the defaults. I think the defaults might be like 1 and 1 and 225 or something, but yeah. Details, display, performance stats, everything except VRAM usage. Especially, it's nice to know if your IND is like spiking and what ping you have to see kind of what server you're playing on and stuff like that. Frame rate, of course, is nice to know. System clock I like having as well. It makes it like easy as well when you're like looking through your VOD. You need to find some place where something happened. Nice to be able to see it on on all your clips and your VOD. You might not care about that though. That's kind of yeah. I play 1080p and 540 hertz. I cannot really maintain that frame rate anymore. It seems that there have been changes to the game that make it so this is the case. I feel like at the beginning when I had this PC and monitor, I could maintain 500 plus most of the time. So let me know if you notice some changes like that in the comments. Otherwise, let's go on to sound here. And I don't know, this always depends a little bit on your Windows settings as well, but yeah, I have it on 40. Music 0, that's the only thing I changed in here, I guess. Oh, I guess I enabled these as well, and I changed this to headphones. I don't know, I mean, if this makes a huge difference or not, but this is nice because again, I can't say that I'm super aware of it all the time, but I'm sure Overwatch is a game where a lot of stuff happens. So why not give yourself every cue as to if you should regroup or if you should whatever, you know? So why not change that? Group voice on, team voice auto join. Why not? Up to you if you like that. Controls. So I play 1.5 sensitivity with 2000 DPI, but I play with two different sensitivities because this is like 46 centimeters per 360, which is basically a full swipe of my mousepad. And so I think this is as reasonably low as you can go if you don't want to use something like raw XL in a game like Overwatch, because you do have to be able to 180 and 360. Well, you don't have to 360, but basically, yeah, you want to be able to 180 without getting lazy and without it being too much effort. So yeah, I always have. I've had that for I don't know, 8 years or 7 years or something. That's this sense. I used to have 400 DPI, but yeah, and again, you can leave a comment if you think it matters or not to have higher DPI. But yeah, I just at some point I decided to up my DPI for to make sure I don't lose some kind of accuracy in the input, whatever it is, some kind of smoothness that could potentially matter. But I can't say that I feel a difference. So but like, why not play with a higher DPI to cover the bases like that, you know? So let's go through the general things first here. The crosshair. I play with this ring that's kind of yeah. Okay, wait. I'll mention this first. I always have show friendly outlines, or I have it on always. I find this very 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 useful. It's like you wanna in Overwatch. It's really nice to be able to pay attention to what your team is doing, and this just makes it so that instead of seeing the health bar through walls, you always see the outline, and it makes it very clear where people are. It does say that it impacts system performance though, but I don't know if if it worsens FPS to an extent where it matters. But oh well. Yeah, the crosshair is this circle that you might have seen in many other places. It's I do it like this with dot because I find that sometimes I want to play with cross instead, and then it's very easy to switch and then just change the dot size to 8, and then I have this cross that I also really like. But yeah, most of the time recently I don't really switch. I play with this ring all the time. Some people think, oh, well, having a black crosshair, does it not is it not don't you lose it sometimes when there's like a dark map? And I used to also have that, but it's up to it depends a little bit what you have these set to. I think if you decide you want to have like lower gamma and higher contrast, lower brightness, then it's really difficult to see the black one. But if not, I don't think it's a problem if you have this or like default settings there. So there are very few places on the maps where I find it hard to see this. And yeah, otherwise you can just have a look at this. Chat, I have it on Y. It's like an old Call of Duty habit, I think from Black Ops 2. I never use this, but I use Y to open the chat here. Push to talk, I use the front mouse button. It's the easiest to hit for me from those, and that's been like that for a while. I use push to talk, not the toggle mute, because I don't know, you kind of don't want to be caught out with sitting there humming some guilty pleasure song while the whole team is listening to you. I don't know, up to you. But yeah, I mean, I use default for I need healing, and then I use like 1, 2, 3 for some of these things. The 1 hello, 2 thanks, 3 group up, ultimate status on the other mouse button. Arguably, this is like a too important button for this, but that's just been a habit for a long time for me. So, but yeah, I know a lot of people use it for melee, but yeah, not for me. Ping on B depends how you hold how you kind of orient your keyboard, I think. But for me, B is very very easy to hit with my thumb, so I use ping on B. I feel like if you have it on your mouse wheel, if I think that's default now, yeah, then becomes a bit like you have to take your finger off the mouse keys, unless you're like used to playing with a 1-3-1 grip, I guess. Then I don't see the point. So this I don't think is very interesting now, right? And no, this is not so interesting. Let's see, like the heroes where I played different sensitivity. It's Tracer, Genji, Sombra. I never play it, but on Sombra, and then some of the tanks. Basically anything where you think you'd want a faster one. I play 2 instead of 1.5, and that's about it. And then the other things that might be interesting if you're watching this video, the settings on Widow specifically. I do put this off, this recovery aim compensation, but I can't say that I have strong reasoning for it. But that's what I've heard I should have anyway. 40 scoped I played with for ages, so goes all the way back to I used some calculator to get the 1-to-1, but it was not I guess it was not the same method of calculation as where you got 37.89. But yeah, if I would pick one today, if I should recommend you pick one today, I would just have 37.89. But I don't know, it's up to everyone what they prefer, I guess. I play 50 grapple. I don't know if I think it matters that much. It could be. I also played. I know I played 70 for a while, but I have to say I didn't even know I was using this until I looked at it just now. So there you go. Yeah, I think that's the stuff for Widow, right? Then if you want to see Ash, it's 53.9 scoped, calculated with the same thing. This is also off, and yeah, nothing really different otherwise. I flip the buttons on Soj because I find it's easier to hold right click for spamming and actually use left click when you have to aim it with the rail. So I do that. Otherwise, I don't think there's anything too interesting. I use a different crosshair for Hanzo to be able to see the accuracy, but that's about it. Not that I play him that much recently. So yeah, that's that. Let's see if there's anything interesting in gameplay here. These sounds in here as well. Don't know if it makes a difference. I take the tips off, I guess. Don't like to look at the drive, so I turn that off. And yeah, waypoint opacity, that might be a useful one, because it can like block something that you want to be able to see. So I'll put this pretty low. Maybe I should even put it lower than this, and this I should probably also put lower, but yeah, you can decide for yourself. Career profile, of course it has to be public unless you're hiding something. There's one more thing then. You might have seen I play with the yellow enemies. I kind of can't decide what I think is better. There's yellow and there's red that I feel like are the two main options that are good. I also see a world where magenta is playable, but it's just a little bit too goofy, I guess, for me. And I don't know. I think the red it might be the most balanced one to pick. Yellow kind of has bad maps. Like yellow on Esperanza and on Paraiso and stuff like this, it can be a bit more difficult. So I think you want the most balanced thing, you go red. You want very strong on dark maps and a little bit worse on the bright maps, you go yellow. I've gone back to yellow recently, and I think this is I might prefer it actually. I think right now I'm on that side of the fence where I prefer that. So yeah, thanks for watching, and yeah, if you like this sort of thing, then like the video and stuff, and let me know if I forgot something.